Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ragnarok here on the heavily modded series. Today, since we have made progress with our trike and crystal and everything like that, what I thought we might do is we're going to go to a place close by our base to find some more resources. To give us a little bit more of a head start. That way, when we go on our next couple of journeys to find some other dinos, we're going to have all the resources we're going to need to make saddles and stuff like that. So, we're starting out here at our base. Go ahead and show you where that's at. It's just right here on this point. Of course, Obulus being right there. This is a starter point. We're just up here on this cliff. And so we're just going to take a little journey. Is that an alpha? No, it just looked like it had that kind of wet and red and white look to it. I'll check it out with the other spyglass. Wrong button. Okay, that's the regular spyglass. So, still checking out the differences between the spyglasses. Going to try to figure out which one we like the best. We got just a little bit of a journey. So, I'm just going to kind of stay close to the shore here. We're going to go in between that island and the main island here. And just going to ease right down this shoreline to get to the next point. So, this is going to be kind of boring. I'm not going to bring you guys along, and we'll see you there. Okay, so I decided to make a quick stop on the way down. This is where we've made it to. Not very far. But I wanted to discuss this area for a minute because this has something to do with a later episode. And as you can see, if I can maybe zoom into it, there are Equus that spawn here. We are going to be going after an Equus before too long, probably the next episode. So, the reason I want to discuss this area is because some people are going to be familiar with this area and say, hey, well there was Equus right next to your base. In the other video when we was up here looking for crystal, we were just right up there on that ledge. And we come around through there and we kind of went up in the woods and we come back and then we went back to the base. There are Equus here. The problem that I have right now is we're not growing any carrots, and there's none that I know of that grow in this area. If you do, please tell everybody in the comments below. That would be amazing. But as far as I know, there's no carrots in the area, and sometimes the Equus can be a pain trying to tame them up on just regular berries. And I mean, you can get a low level one pretty quick with berries. That's not an issue. But hopefully the other place we're going to go is going to have some high level Equus. And then we could also get some... Wow, there's another Equus up there. There's a couple of them in this area right now. They normally don't survive very long here. There's so many carnivores here that they eat them. And they don't last very long. But every now and then you can catch one here. This is a good spot later in the game to check if you're looking for a good level Equus. But as for now, I don't have any carrots, so that's why we're going to go to the other spot later when we get ready to tame our Equus. So we're almost here. I think I'll just keep y'all with me at this point. It's that little spot right down there straight in front of the raft. So this little point right here, there's some bad stuff comes off that hill. You got to be careful. Some aloes, some rexes, stuff like that. So you kind of got to be careful in this area if you're not going by raft. Same for back there where the Equus spawn. And of course to our right there is the swamp area. There is a spot over there that is Shrek's cabin. It's kind of hard for me to find at times. It is on this side over in the corner out towards the sea. Right in that area, if you want to check that out. We may check that out later. I find that it is a very dangerous, hard spot to survive in. So I'm not planning on going over there today, because I don't really want to lose everything. So this spot's going to be even more handy later on, because when we get our Ankylo, we can throw him on the raft, bring him down here, and we can harvest up everything, put it in the storage bins, everything like that, travel back and forth. And that's going to probably happen a couple times before we are able to get our teleporters up and going. But that is something I do plan on doing. So, come over here to where the water meets the stone in the beach here in this corner. And those rocks right there are able to be broken up. So let me just show you where I'm at here. I'm at this spot on the map. This is the little beach area. We'll kind of take a look at this. It comes out to a point out here and ends. And then right at the end of it is where the canyon lands start, right over there. So there's just a little point that comes out here. There's a little bit of metal and stuff out here. It's a pretty good spot to build a starter base, actually. I've built a couple here in the past. Especially out here on this point. All your resources will respawn. Thought I had something after me there for a minute. But yeah, this is it. So it just comes out to a point here and kind of ends right over here. There's the canyon lands. There's the swamp. And so it's just on this little island-like thing that comes out here. You get Dilos and Compies that spawn here, and those evil birds. Hopefully we're just going to be able to run by that evil bird and not have to deal with him right now. So if you have an Ankylo, you'll be able to bust through this pretty quick. But if not, then you gotta just take your time, bust through all the rocks. It's not a big deal. We're going to use the pick. That way we're not gaining a whole bunch of weight here in the water. If you use the hatchet, you will get a bunch of stone. You will gain a bunch of weight quick. It takes a minute to get through. And once we get up here on land, I'll turn around and kind of show you guys. So you can bust through that rock, and I believe there's another one, right? I think there's another one on the other side of that rock. But you can open it up. You can actually pull a raft up in here if you wanted to. So as you can see in this cave, we have obsidian and metal everywhere. So we're going to make a couple runs here. We're going to get as much obsidian as we can, and we're going to take it back to the raft and put it in one storage. And we're going to take metal as much as we can. We're going to go back and put it in the other storage. Of course, you do get metal from these obsidian nodes, kind of like you do on Polymer Mountain on the island. So when you come in here, you can just rack up on the metal. So this is going to be all the metal, all the obsidian we're going to need. Okay, that's about all we can handle for now. It is handy to pull the raft around. It just takes a minute. You can pull it right up in here and harvest up all you want. Matter of fact, we may do that even real quick just so I can show y'all around the edge of the little island up to the opening here. So this is why I put a couple storages on here, because all the different resources we get, I wanted to make sure that we had plenty of storage to collect everything. I thought we may even run into some trouble here and get some meat and hide. Which is why I made the little campfire here. Okay, we was kind of stuck on the beach there a little bit. Apparently we still are. Alright, a little sip of coffee as we drive around. Oh yeah, that's good coffee. So like I said, this kind of just comes out to a point here. And then you just go around it. Sometimes over here in these trees, they're kind of a pain to get through on the raft. Avoid that spot. You can get stuck on that pretty easily. There's some bad stuff that spawns over here. Up the canyon lands, you're going to have all kinds of stuff. So when you start up through there, you're going to have Spinos and Baryonyx and all kinds of horrible things. You're going to have Carnos falling off the ledges and Raptors, and every now and then some of that stuff can make it out to this point, but it's not very often. This is usually a pretty safe area here. So for a beginner, if you're playing on the server by yourself, and there's all kinds of river rocks and stuff here as well. And once you get past this point, those mantis and stuff normally don't get up in here. It's too shallow. If you're playing on a PvP or even a server where there's multiple people, this is probably going to be a hard spot to get to. Okay, I know I have gotten the raft up there before. What are we stuck on? Is it because I built on the raft? Maybe? Okay, what is the problem? Have they changed something? Maybe they have. I have driven a raft up in here before, but it doesn't appear that we're going to get it in there today. I don't know what the problem is. Sometimes when you build Structures Plus and stuff on the map, which both these things are Structures Plus that I've built on this raft. But normally it's dinos that cause an issue and not the structures. I don't know. And now we've got it stuck all together. So that's awesome. Anyways, we'll go ahead and harvest up the material, and then I'll work on getting that off the beach here in just a little bit. We didn't really accomplish much there, so... So let's go ahead and grab all the metal that we can. Of course, with this being out of render distance and everything like that, and us playing, this stuff will spawn back fairly quickly, so we'll be able to come harvest this up pretty often. This is probably all that I'm going to need until... I need that stone. I don't really need that right now. So we'll drop it. This is going to be all the metal and obsidian I'm going to need for a while. Once we hit the next level of things, of course, I'll bring the RG down, or the RG, the Ankylo down here, and we'll be able to gather up a lot more of these resources. So I actually got up quite a bit of metal there. That's cool. A little bit of obsidian. Alright, so I'm going to try to get this raft moved, and then I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so no matter what I have tried, this raft is stuck and will not move. I've spun it around and round, and so what I've done is I've taken everything off of it. As you can see, we got the storage and the campfire in our inventory now. I moved this over here to the side, put all of our resources in it for now until we can figure something else out. So now what I want to try is, we're going to come up here, and I've made 2 rafts just in case. I went killing birds and gathering bushes and smacking trees to make a couple of rafts. So, we're going to put one down in here. Let's go ahead, hide the cell. Because first I want to show you can get a raft in here. I don't know what happened with that other raft out there, but we're going to see if we can get this one back out, and if we can't, we have another raft to pop down, so... Okay. Tight corner here. We're going to hit this wide open over here on this side of it. I don't know. Okay, so apparently this is not a thing anymore. So scratch that, guys. That respawned back too. We're going to leave this raft here just so we can use it to kind of get in and out. I may even bring some more storage, some forges and stuff. That way we're able to cook some stuff up down here and we just make a trip in our canoe to come get our cooked up metal. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to run over here to the deep part. We're going to put down our other raft that I made. Hide sail, drive. So let's just go ahead and place this down. And we'll go ahead and cook up some of this meat. And we'll go ahead and put our storage here. Okay, and there's also a perfect opportunity for me to show off this little tool. So, what we're going to do is we got the press R, brings up our wheel. We've chose basic transfer. So what we're going to do is come over here, we're going to right click. That's our source. This is where we want to transfer it to. 6 items have been transferred. Get over here so I can get up on the raft. And as you can see, all the resources have been transferred. I'm just going to keep this on the raft in case we need it again. Everything has been transferred. And that's basically how that works. I just right clicked on what I wanted to transfer, left clicked on where I wanted it to go, everything transferred, no problems. Pick this up. Wrong raft. We'll jump on this raft and we'll get back to base. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw this in here for now. And then we're going to head on back. So I don't know if they've changed with the newest updates and stuff, if they've changed the hitbox of the raft or what, but I used to pull a raft right up in there. I don't know what's happening. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll pull up over there on the other side of the island, and what I'm hoping is, with us having that one raft in there, we can throw some storage on it. It keeps us from having to swim back and forth. And then we'll just simply pull that raft out over to the corner of the beach there, where we can just walk across to our canoe or whatever, which, if we have a canoe, we won't be able to have storage on it, but I'll probably just continue using the raft. That way I can put a bunch of storage on it. When I come down here, I can gather up a bunch of resources while I'm here. And then we can use our little transfer tool to transfer resources back and forth. You know what? Matter of fact, we'll try that now, because I was planning on getting a little bit more. I don't want to get another raft stuck on the beach. So we're just going to pull this up to here. Let's go ahead and grab this other storage box out of here and see if this is going to be close enough to actually do what I'm wanting to do, because it's a little bit of distance across here. Another one of those evil birds. So we'll just stick this right up here in the center in the front. We'll see if we can drive this in here. Break up this rock again. And this is a good sign with this rock spawning back, because that means that our resources also should have spawned back. So when we go in here, we can gather up quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, see, all of these resources have respawned now, so I don't really need that much obsidian. Let's go ahead and just get metal. That's what I originally came for. We have plenty of obsidian to last us for a while, because it's going to be a while before we get into polymer and stuff like that. Plus, this map has so much organic polymer on it, we probably won't be farming a whole lot of regular polymer. Okay, go ahead and throw this in the storage. Let's transfer all this. As you can see, we're just getting a ton of metal out of this cave, so... Okay. We're gonna get one more, and maybe one more obsidian. And then we'll call it good and we'll head back to base. But as you can see, this early on, this little cave right here is a game changer. Which Ragnarok was built that way anyways. It's resource rich, high level dinos everywhere. I mean, that's why everybody loves this map. Which reminds me, there's a new map coming out at the end of this year called The Lost Island. I think we're going to play this series until that map comes out, and I want to do a regular series on that map. It has been compared to Ragnarok, so I want to check that out and see. But I thought, well, that'd be a good time to start back a regular series on a brand new map that everybody's wanting to see. I'm not going to download the modded map. I've done that with Valgero. And when I reloaded everything in, I had some issues with the, from the things they changed from the modded map to the official map. I ended up losing everything anyways, and I had a problem with the textures and the terrain. And so I ended up having to completely delete everything off that original and re-downloading it. So I'm not going to download it and have to redo everything. I figured we'd just wait till that map comes out officially and start on it. Nope, too far. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll just leave that down here for now. Yeah, I got enough resources to get us started. Okay, so we're just going to make this journey back to base. We're going to get this stuff moved over into the forge. And I'll show you... Don't tell me. Okay. Get away from this bank. I don't know why I'm having such a problem with rafts getting stuck. Anyways, I'll make this trip real quick and we'll see you there. Okay, so we made it back to base here, and I figured since we was back, forgot to mention earlier in the video that I did change some rates. So we're going to go in here and we're going to throw some wood in our new forge, so we have a new forge now. Or some metal in our new forge. We've got some metal going in this forge. As you can see, we already got quite a bit. So we're doing pretty well here. And, yeah, we got a little bit before our egg hatches here. I changed the rates, so we're going to see how this works. We're going to see if we can actually get some imprinting. Nothing against our new trike. But we didn't really get any of the buffs because we wasn't able to imprint on it at all. Also, I am interested in seeing if the soul balls work like the cryopods. So if if it wants something that we don't have, if we pick it up in a cryopod and throw it back out, it normally changes. So I'm not sure. I haven't ever really messed with the soul balls, so I'm hoping that maybe that'll work the same way. So if it wants something like jerky or cooked prime meat or something like that that we don't have, then hopefully I can pick it up, we can throw it back out, and it'll like want to cuddle or walk or something. That would be amazing. So one of my settings did get way off somehow. I don't know how it happened, but it was not what it should have been. And it was the cuddle interval timer was turned way down. Like, it should have been, I think it was at like 3 or 4, and it should have been at 0.035. So alright, just a couple more seconds here. $16. Okay. So we're still a little far out. I don't know. You want to come over here, buddy? So even at 16 minutes, I don't think we're going to get an imprint on this guy. So I'm not sure. And if we do, we're only going to be able to get the one. I don't know what else to change to make this better. Okay. So I guess they've made it now to where the wandering just automatically turns off. So I don't know. Well, we got a male here. Got a female here. I mean, we do have the option of having a couple breeders. We could maybe get some cool mutations off of these guys, but anyways, I'm going to do some stuff around the base. I gotta go get the rest of the stuff off the raft, bring up here, put the metal into the forges, and bring some obsidian, put it in storage. I'm going to do that while this guy counts down for its imprinting, and we'll see if we can get that on cam. So I'll see you guys in a little. Alright, we're down to the last few seconds here before we won't care for our first imprinting on our new trike. It looks like we could possibly want to go for a walk. Looks like we could possibly get 4, there we go, imprintings in on this guy. So one's carrying 16 minutes. So yeah, we could totally get all 3 imprintings in. 33%. That's not bad. Now that makes a huge difference. That we could actually get the imprints in now, and the mature speed as fast as we can possibly go to make sure that we get our imprinting in. So this is going to work out quite nicely. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. Sorry, their new old trike. Looks like we're going to have a new imprinted trike to be riding around on. So that's going to be awesome. It's going to be an increase in speed. It's going to be an increase in melee. Hopefully a little bit of increase in weight. We'll see. We'll be able to get around a little quicker, gather up some stuff. Maybe make a couple more trips up and get some crystal. It's going to be a game changer. I can't wait till this is grown. Check it out. For a starter base and tames, imprinted trike, we're well on our way to beating the art. No, but it is a great start, and we're going to be able to do great things with this new trike. I'm glad that I finally got that figured out, because it also sets the kind of standard of how the rest of our tames are going to go. So I'm glad we got that figured out on a trike and not something like a Thylacoleo or something like that, because it cuts it real close trying to get a full imprint on those guys. So I'm glad that we finally got that figured out. Realized one of my settings is wrong. So the rest of them should go a little better. It was a good practice round. So thank you for your efforts in surviving the arc. We'll keep you around for kibble. You'll still have uses. This guy's going to be amazing. Alright. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Please subscribe. We're going to have more videos coming out soon. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.